Before we even begin this chapter, I actually have to recite a line that was said in this chapter that was so fucking badass. That was so fucking cool. I had to say it at the start of this chapter because it's so fucking good. And I was like, this just cement why Umibozu is the fucking best, and I love it so much. A man cannot cry until the fight is over. To my right ball I said, quit rattling around, it's so noisy. And Lefty, you shut up and watch too. My seeds were spread long ago, and they were the best ones I had. So let me fight! Let me protect my species, my family. That is the most coolest fucking line. That is, okay, right there. That is in the top 10 of the fucking coolest lines that have been said in that series. Like that is saying like, you got time to think of the beautiful death and live beautifully till the end. Like stuff like that, and I'm like, the man just did an emotional speech with his ballsack. It's like, only Gintama can... Never have I ever thought, oh man, I can't wait for someone to like do an excellent speech with their testicles. I'm like, here it are, and it's just like this entire chapter. Just the entire fight between Umibozu and Utsuro. It's just, it's a nut bust. It is absolutely a nut bust, no pun intended onto it. So let's get this fucking chapter right away started now. So just throughout the entirety of this chapter, it was just Umibozu and just Utsuro going at it like fucking animals. They were just going at each other, and just one of the lines especially, like Umibozu was saying some real great stuff because it was also as well going back into the past when he was actually with his time with Mutsu, which I was like, holy shit, this is an actually interesting thing, like, kind of like adding every character that kind of knows each other or has a relation in some way, and I liked it. It was like, that's like a relation, like, I was always wondering, like, do they, like, generally know each other, or, like, have any kind of relation, or, like, talk to them once, and found out, like, Umibozu is actually, like, what his old friend was actually Mutsu's dad, and that was kind of one of the last jobs they kind of gave us, like, I need you to look after my daughter, and Mutsu was saying like, you don't need to look after me. I'm like, you know, fine, like that. You got other things to do in the universe. You're Umibozu, and he's like, I've always hated that name because that always meant I was the strongest. I am not the strongest. Like, I look at the stars and they're just grains of sand, just nothing there. The universe is vast. I'm not the strongest because there is something there. And then we got to Utsuro, who is just a fucking monster. He's there going toe to toe with Umibozu, and like, I'm seeing this shit right now. No matter how hard I tried to attack, I didn't feel any reaction. It felt like I was beating on the ground I was standing on. Like, he's there fighting Utsuro. They're stabbing each other. They're going through each other. Like, Umibozu, like, beats the dog shit out of him, grabs his leg, slams him into the fucking ground. Utsuro doesn't react. Utsuro just stares at him with, like, those empty eyes, and he just fucking just punches him in the face. And, like, even all the times, like the main reason why Umibozu is reveled as a hero is because he took back the Yato homeworld. That was his whole thing. He went against a monster, like, known as the Orochi, and he took that down. And I was like, this is the kind of fucking man he was. And, like, this is the whole thing. It's like, well, I was going against that monster. That's where the speech came from. My balls stood up, my dick stood up, and was like, I should have some kids as fast as can. Like, I should have some stuff real quick right now, otherwise it's gonna get fucked up. But it's like, the only difference is, he's already got those kids, and he's like, I spread my seeds a long time ago, and they were the best ones I ever had. Just thinking of his daughter and his little son like that, it's like, that right there was a fucking epic speech. And then even finding out more about the Altana, which is actually making him regenerate, and he's like, Umibozu knows about this. It's like, oh, because he fucking punched him so hard that his arm flew off. Like, fucking Utsuro's arm flew off with the giant. And I know people have made that little connection. I only noticed it recently that Utsuro's sword is literally the same as Ichigo's Bankai, the Tensei Zangetsu, because it has like the kind of like the symbol on it for like kind of peace, which is ironic actually, because it's, you know, it's Utsuro, and that's the last thing he fucking actually wants. And then the same, like, when they're talking about the Altana, he's like, oh, how do you know about that? And he's like, dude, like, that, like, I knew that because of the person that I risked my life for, my wife. and I'm like, holy shit, like, because we see a silly, like, kind of like we get to see a bit of it at the end of the chapter, and I'm like, are we finally going to find out about Kagura's mom? Are we finally going to find out Kagura Kamari's mom? I need to know this. This is something like... So, all this throughout this entire chapter, I'm like, I need to know about this. I need to know that. And then not to mention as well, with the anime episode going a bit off topic, Utsuro is now about to be revealed in the anime. So, I'm there like... It's like, I'm going really excited. It's like, the chapter right now is finding out something that we've wanted to know for like years. Literally years. I thought there was like, I always thought like, I wanted to know there was something more to Kagura's mom. I always wanted to know a little bit more about it, and I thought we would have gotten a little bit more of an explanation on her. And just to know that she had the same thing, she had the same regeneration power, like, she had the Altano inside of her, so what does that mean? Like, I'm kind of curious, like, does that mean that she was part of, like, the Tendo Shu at some point? Like, does that mean she was, like, somewhere there? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm super curious, like, why did she have that power, and does that mean she was able, like, she could have recovered from that? And it's like, but she died, like if I remember correctly, like, didn't Kagura's mom die? So, like, what's going on with that? There's so many questions about that, like, if she had the regeneration kind of stuff with the Altaro, it's like, how did she die? Unlike Utsuro, because that's one of the main things Utsuro wants, he doesn't want the immortality anymore, so... There's an answer within that, and I bet it's going to be something like, oh, maybe she finally settled down, she finally found out she was pretty happy, maybe it was just that her body finally gave in after a while, like, I don't know, so I'm really curious about that, and does that mean, like, Kagura and Kami have got that in their blood? Like, they got Yato, they're Yato, obviously, but maybe that's something. Maybe Kagura could be an answer to something. Like maybe once she finally learns how to use a body, and I'm hoping, like, if like this, so hopefully it doesn't happen. But considering that we've been having a death every arc in Gintama so far, if Umibozu is the next one on the chopping block, then would this trigger fucking like Kagura to go mental? We can get that mental like Yato mode again. Like, oh my god, like, I want to see that again, like, if we're gonna see it, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be at this point. This is what's gonna make us snap, so I'm kind of curious about that. So, and honestly, if you're gonna get an emotional death, then it's gonna be someone like Umibozu, because, like, where it's going is that he's definitely going to open a path up to, like, Gintoki, where he's going to be able to actually deal that final blow. Maybe he's going to do, a damage, like, a wound that actually isn't, like, it's going to damage him so much that maybe his, like, regeneration abilities take a lot of time for him to recover or something. Or maybe that he can't recover from it, so... Because every time we've heard from, like, Gintoki when we were talking about Shoyo, it's like, you saw it, like, you have to become a demon to cut me down. Like, you have to do stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious, like, where is this going? Like, because his sword is still not cut yet, and I'm wondering, is Umibozu that path to open it up now? Like, is that where it's going right now? So I'm kind of curious. And also as well, like, them animating, like, the chapter from a month ago with, like, Gintoki, Takasugi, Katsura, and all them, just so fucking badass. Like, I can't wait for them to animate this stuff again. But it's like, let's just enjoy the anime while we can. But it's like, even still, we've still got the manga as well to enjoy while we've got, like, the anime's, like, reaching its end for, like, having its next break. So honestly, I love this chapter. Like, just such a badass speech. Just so much we wanted to know about Utsuro. So much we wanted to know about Umibozu. That nice connection with Mutsu as well. That was really great. And seeing that she was related as well. Like, that they had, like, a friendship. And also as well, we're gonna find out about Kagura's mom. I really wanted to know about this for years, and, like, from what you can see from her, like, in the little silhouette, she looks like a fucking G! She looks like, from what we see of her, like, we haven't seen the full face of her yet, but it's like, I'm imagining what she's gonna be like is probably, like from Forever Yoriza. Like, I want to see her look like that, from, like, that Kagura. I want to see, like, some kind of, like, form like that, so maybe we'll see what Mami Yato could do, like, out of everything, so I'm looking forward to that, but it's just like a 9. This was a great-ass chapter. Such a fucking beautiful fucking speech that involved the ball sack. And just Utsuro, just... I felt like... I'm not gonna lie, I shivered a bit when I saw just Utsuro just stare at him. And there was nothing. No reaction. The man just got cut. The man just got his arm cut off. Nothing. It's so... just so fucking badass. Just, oh my god, it's so fucking good. I love Gintama too much. It's too fucking good. But that is all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be fucking great as well. I've been Satisfied Panda, and I'll see you guys next time.